I used to have a silent fight with my guitar. The guitar used to stay out open, but I never used to play it because I knew that music is gone from my life. I've seen the downfall. Even I became very arrogant. The security guard didn't recognize me. I thought that he's doing a crime. If you don't let me in, tell the principal that I've gone. Show karwa lo kisi aur se. For 4-5 years, I used to make songs randomly on my show within 3 to 4 minutes.
So was that part of the
show? 4 words from the audience, I used to make a song. Headlines, I used to make a song. Then they was like, I told you for one song. You went and kind of, made him listen to 3 songs and he likes it. Shona amake. I made him hear 3 songs. He's like, Jio, pura album take do. I really believe that he understands me. And his taste of the audience is very nice.
So how do you actually choose which song fits which artist?
Thought a composer's approach to the song is always very special. Nobody can reach up to their level of giving soul into the song. A few singers can. Arijit Singh is one of them. In the middle of the night, 3 o'clock. He keeps on calling me, listen, I sung your song today, but I've thrown away the files. Why? When it comes to music, somewhere someone has taken the first step, right? Then why can't we in today's generation, we can't take it? Just because a lot of people can just simply go on social media and write it, they try to insult the artist and that doesn't make sense. From when did social media start becoming the biggest judge or the biggest parameter?
What is your way of looking at new artists?
Everyone is fighting their own battles. Do not be a spammer. Because I've seen a lot of good artists spamming someone and getting blocked. Just be a spammer on your own profile. If your story is boring, people will get bored in 30 seconds. If your storytelling is nice, people after 3.5 hours will still tell you, when is the next part coming?
Today, we have the privilege of speaking with a remarkable talent from the Bengali film industry, a music director whose compositions have left a lasting mark on the audiences. He is none other than Nilayan Chatterjee. He has worked on films like Kacher Manush, Dil Khush, Kishmish, Bagajotin, Boomerang, and more, creating soulful melodies for each and every film. His versatility as a composer is evident in his collaborations with some of the greatest voices of our times. For example, Arijit Singh, Sonu Nigam, Papon, Rupam Islam, and the legendary Usha Uttup. Join us as we dive into the world of music and creativity with this maestro, exploring his journey, inspirations, and the magic behind his melodies. Thank you, Nilayan, for coming to this episode. And we're really excited to have a conversation with you to know your journey, because you've really, really inspired me as a person because of your journey. So if you could start with your journey, like how did it start and how did you get here?
Okay. So, first of all, thank you for having me because the feeling is very mutual. I've been following your work too, and your works have been really inspiring as well. And that's what, when 2 creative people come together, the conversation becomes something worthwhile. And I quite like the setup here. A dialogue with Sukrit and all. I really like this. Now, coming to my journey, journey is just a journey. So, you really can't predict anything. So, as usually, everything that has happened in my life has never been predicted, never been planned. I was planning something else, but it has never happened with me. So whatever has happened, that just came my way.
So what were you planning?
See, when I was a child, I had no clue. I see today's generation, I'm quite in awe with their wits, and I'm quite in awe with the way they think. A person in class maybe 7, 8, 9, they really know what they want to do with their lives. At least they have an answer. If that happens or not, that's a different story. But then at least they have an answer. I had no answer. Well, I was in my school, whichever film I used to watch, the hero used to inspire me. Or even the villain maybe at times. But of course, back in 90s, the villains were not quite inspiring. They were quite regressive. But as far as the heroes are concerned, I watched Border and I thought that I would rather be a army officer like Sunny Deol, or I'll be someone like Jackie Shroff who just comes in the end with his airplanes and all that. Or watching in Rocky, I thought that, I need to be a boxer, who keeps on, like always coming back. He's falling, he's coming back. The journey is always so inspiring, and has a girlfriend too, and has a wife too called Adrian. So every time a hero inspired me, I thought I would take up that profession. So I was very confused. So am I now. I still don't know whether I am doing what I want. But yeah, of course, music has been there that gave me a clarity. So how that happened, I'll tell you. So after the school thingy, I wanted to bunk my class. And just to escape a teacher who was strict enough, I just kind of tried bunking, and I saw that there was a line beside our hall, the assembly hall, and I asked them, "What is this line all about?" And they were like, "It's about singing competition." I'm like, okay, I can try that. I never knew that I could sing. Maybe I've sung to myself, but singing was something, or music was something, but that even my parents never told me कि घर पे कोई आया तो people are like कि गा के सुनाओ. So that never happened because they didn't know. My parents didn't know that I kind of like music. I was always into cricket. I definitely had, after a point of time, I had this, that since my dad was a cricket player, again, my dad was my hero while I was in school. So I thought that I'll be a cricket player. Maybe like him, maybe at least something like him. So I still remember going to him when I was like 4 years or 5 years old. The memory is so distinct that he took me to a game in Eden Gardens. He had his, I think, office league or something like that. Right after his zonal games and all that. So he had this office league where he took me. So back in those days, Eden Gardens with its all old glory, very British, very, very colonial, even the stands were not so apt the way it is today. So there I was sitting in the pavilion, seeing my dad just, throwing away the helmet and just taking a cap, facing the really fast bowler there who really was unplayable that day. But what my dad did is like, go to the crease, facing him. The first shot, pull shot, went to the boundary. I still have that memory so distinct. So I wanted to be a cricketer. I used to sleep with cricket kits. I used to sleep with cricket bats. But then again, life has ended. Like life had different plans. Music, since I deviated from there. So I went to bunk my class, went into that competition, realized that I could sing because I came first in that competition.
Oh, wow.
But I was like, people are clapping. But ultimately, I thought that I did something wrong. I bunked my class. I didn't even tell my teachers that I kind of, won the competition or something like that. I went to my class. My teacher next day, she kind of, told me that, where were you? I was so shy and so in guilt that I didn't even tell her that I went to this competition.
So was the competition in the school?
In the school. It was an inter-house competition. From there, I went to, intra-school and this and that. But that was my first thing.
So what was the age around? Which class were you?
That was in class 7 or 8.
Okay.
Before that, I had no idea. So 7 or 8 roughly. And the moment the teacher started questioning me and she was like, you were bunking classes and that, one of my, not friends, because I didn't quite have many friends back then. So one of the guys, he stood up and like, ma'am, this guy went to this competition. He was from my house. So he was proud for that. He came first and, our house scored so many points. The teacher's like, oh, is that so? The entire class applauded. That changed a lot in me.
So the appreciation got you attracted
Yes.
towards the music initially.
Absolutely. So I was like, if you do music, you'll get friends. Simple, as simple. If you do music, you get friends.
Because in those days, we were also very innocent.
We were shy.
Yeah.
I mean, nowadays children, they are so tech savvy. But what we were not that smart. We were not that tech savvy, nothing. We were conscious whether, even if we used to scratch our head also, like, didn't someone watch, right? So we were shy because we wanted appreciation. Nowadays, there are so many other ways to get appreciation.
Right.
You put up a picture on social media, people appreciate you, you feel good. And people try to edit their pictures. People try to show their best self. It is so primal. I mean, we are still very primal. I personally feel that's very primal. So yeah, from there, competitions in school, music stayed on. It was always there. It was never my, it has to be a profession or something. It stayed on. It was just there. As the long-term partner kind of stays. If anyone has been lucky with a long-term partner, I haven't been. But yeah, if there's a long-term partner, they would stay. They would not demand time off you. They would not demand anything of you. I mean, they would just stay. They're happy to be there. So whenever my first breakup happened, whenever cricket didn't happen, I kind of, took refuge to music. I just started learning the guitar. I used to sing. I composed my first song, a very stupid one. And in fact, one of the early compositions you made a video of. That's that old. So, I mean, that's how the journey was there. Got into radio. That was also accident. I never planned getting into radio.
So what is your age?
My age, right after school, right after my class 12 examinations, I had this thing in my mind that I need to work. I want to get into a college with my own money. I was never educationally very aspirational because I was never that brilliant. I was a very average student. Very average student. Few subjects I was good at. I really thought that English literature or language, Hindi literature and language, it really kind of, was a very favorite thing of mine in my academics. But my parents or any middle class family would tell you, no, you need to get science. You need to get science. Back in those days,
There were not many options, and they were
No.
not even open-minded towards all the other creative aspects.
if you don't take science, you're not good.
So then how did you manage to get into the music industry via the radio station?
Accident. So again,
Whether your parents did allow you to get into the
parents didn't quite have a choice.
Okay.
Because in Bangla, they have a say, "Chelera kore khabe." Chelera chore khabe. In Bengali, they say it. If it's a boy, he'll find his way through.
So there was some sort of support.
Support, they never objected. My dad initially did. When I did my first, gig with my band, that also in a Kali Pujo, in a local pada, it's a locality. So one pada called us and the next locality were like, okay, you're giving opportunity to the, locality kids. We'll also give them stage. So that's how the first payment the entire band got was 350 rupees.
So when did you form your first band?
In school.
In school.
It was in class 8, 9, 10. We formed our first band. We didn't have a drummer, so we made a tabla player a drummer. He really was bad at it. But still, that was the only option we had.
So this continued for a very long time, this band?
Yeah, that band members kept on changing. Later on, after school, when we were in college, by then we started doing these little shows from 350 rupees an entire show, 50 rupees per member. And 50 rupees back then, you used to make sure that your to and fro in a cab is sorted, and yet you can buy a few bottles of cold drinks, aerated whatever soft drinks. So people were happy. We were happy. And that was enough. Or sometimes we never used to take payment. 350 rupees was good enough for a Durga Puja or Kali Puja or any festival for all of us to eat somewhere outside. So we were happy for even that one evening. So music, that band kind of, gradually formed with different members coming in from different schools. First, it was primarily a school band. Then members came in. We started composing.
So what kind of music were you guys doing?
We were into original music and covers because back then, if only original music we do, we won't get shows. And that shows gave us kick. Thoda to paisa aa raha hai. Whatever we are getting it. That's kind of a pocket money for these school children. We went to competitions where we kind of, fared well with Bangla originals also. 2006 it was, I guess, KBL, War of the Rockstars or something like that. Bande Mataram was an alternative show also. We went to both the competitions. So but people started taking notice of us, that these guys are good at originals too. We were initially the first bands back then to do Hindi originals. Since my introduction was with, Munshi Premchand, and at the same time, Tulsidas and Rabindranath Tagore all at the same time, because my mom's a Sindhi, my dad's a Bengali. So I had a very good mix of both the worlds. So I started reading about things in different languages. Of course, Hindi and Bangla, of course. And English, what I liked. Though could never take English because my dad, mom, they were like, no. If it's not science, you have to take commerce. That was the biggest mistake. Taking commerce was the biggest mistake because I couldn't understand anything. Somehow I did whatever I could in my education. Otherwise, it was a disaster. I really wished that I, took English, and maybe I would have been better at academics. But then, things change. Maybe if my child in future tells me that a subject she wants to take that is not even relevant, so-called in the society, not now. That's okay. Everything is relevant. Every knowledge is relevant. So band formed, started doing shows, competitions. we got into it.
So you started composing really early in your life.
Yeah. So I've always been composing just for my happiness.
Okay.
So while doing shows also, while earning through little anchoring, shows also, I used to do for my pocket money. I used to do, I tried a lot of things. I went to call center. I ran away in 70s because I really thought that people were bluffing and people were kind of, not ethical while they were selling something, taking somebody else's credit card numbers. I didn't quite connect there. I kind of, ran away from there. And got into insurance also. Again, in insurances, the team leaders, they were like, don't talk about these points because it's we have to keep it in the document for legal issues. But if you talk about these points, the clients might not be taking the insurance. Then we are bluffing again. We are hiding the truth, and I cannot be a part of it. So I left again. So I started doing little anchorings, per school per day, $300. That was my first anchoring assignment. 3 schools a day. So working for straight 18 days made me rich for 3 months, and my friends were happy because they could really have a good time. Someone earning in the group is happy. We are assured of good evenings. So yeah, suddenly through one of these anchoring assignments, some radio station, my first radio station, the 2 RJs came. They kind of took a bite. And the programming head called me the day I was taking a train for an anchoring event. I think it was Ranchi or Patna I was going. I was in Howrah station. Then these people, called me. You want to be your RJ? Then I was like, do you guys pay? Then they were like, of
So
course.
that was your first question.
Yeah, do you guys pay? Because I didn't take it seriously. I was doing it for my pocket money. Because I knew that I'm doing commerce. तो इसका मतलब यहाँ से थोड़ा कोशिश करना है. अगर CA बन पाऊँ, नहीं बन पाऊँ, कुछ और करूँगा, कुछ भी करूँगा, बैंक में नौकरी करूँगा या कुछ भी नौकरी करूँगा, चलेगा मेरे को. But then I was like, नहीं, let's try. We can try this. Till I find my job, I can do this. But then, of course, they were like, you have to come now, otherwise this offer is not valid. I'm like, no, but my ethics is ethics. I'm going for a show. Did they pay you advance? I'm like, no, I'll go there. I'm not yet a big anchor or something like that who'll just take advance and go. Back in those days, it was just, maybe just sheer trust. So I was going to a different city to host a show. They would pay me. I would take the stage and I'll come back happy. Like, I'll come after 3 days. So I was not big enough to take a flight also. They even didn't give me a flight fare also. So we were going by train. That's it. So they waited for me. They're like, I like your attitude that you don't leave something, leave your word for something bigger. So it's okay. We'll wait for you. You come back. When there, initially 2 days, I thought it's not for me because live stage is different with what you like talk on radio. If right now talking to you on this mic, if I start screaming like I do on stage, the audio would be horrible.
Right.
It would be completely not very soothing to our ears. So still somebody, the programming head back then, Sonia Di, she kind of guided me. Don't talk. I talk like very normal. The way you're talking to me. That's what radio is all about, being real, this and that. So we spoke about it. A few of my friends back then, one of my colleagues, he's been my colleague for a long time, Oyon. So he kind of, he joined 5 months prior. I joined. Then he was like, bhai, I'll show you how this fade is. So little help from a lot of people really helped me understand the profession. And when I saw deaths in my family, breakups and everything, yet I had to switch on the mic and smile, entertain people, and yet receive calls. They didn't know on the other side that I'm upset. But still they called me saying they were upset and my conversation or something which I said on air played a song for them that made them happy. So that really built an immense respect for the profession, which still continues. And this radio itself gave me interviews with great people, great minds. And such was one interview when music, like as I said, music always stayed. It always was there. I was working with my bands, did a lot of shows, bands broke, didn't work, somewhat worked. And then from maybe 20 shows a month to 0 shows a month, I've seen the downfall. Even I became very, I was very arrogant at times. When I thought back in those times that I'm doing 20 shows, 25 shows a month, I've become some rock star. People should treat me differently. The car's always waiting for me. I'm doing my radio show, leaving for a different town for a show or something like that. One of the schools here, very reputed schools, they only get artists from Bombay, but that year it was us. They chose us over Bombay artists because they loved our music. They loved our original music. On those gates, in that show's gate, when the security guard didn't recognize me, I thought that he's doing a crime. I was arrogant. I misbehaved. I told him that if you don't let me in, you tell the principal that I've gone. Show karwa lo kisi aur se. I was very arrogant. The success kind of went up to my head. So at my age,
And what got you down?
when the stage threw me out,
Okay, when was that?
band broke, didn't happen. And when my band broke, when I had 0 shows, the only face which came in front of me was that security guard. Respect is something that you don't only get, you have to give it to people, anyone. I know Shah Rukh Khan that a security guard needs to know me. The more honest I am towards my music, the more honest I am towards my work, gradually I will earn respect. And it's a never-ending process. Even the greatest maestros that has ever lived on this planet, you might find someone who doesn't know the name of Beethoven. You might find someone who's struggling on the streets, doesn't know who Mozart is. But that's okay. It's a never-ending process. The day everyone knows, you try. Maybe not in a lifetime, but you try. Maybe generations, you try. So yeah. So I'm waiting, and I also believe in rebirths and reattempts. I believe in it.
So you have a spiritual side to yourself.
Maybe I always was into. I mean, I have always been into the person who believes in ghosts and gods. I believe in ghosts and I believe in gods. I think. I mean, if there's no, I mean, I know there's a supreme power. I know there's one something which has created everything. But I like to see how creatively we humans have given them shape. I love to see that how someone has thought that God might look like a Shiva. I love how the way some creative person has done it, right? Some artist has done it. Some artist has made the idols.
So you love the creative aspect of human beings.
I love it. How can someone think that a God has 10 hands, lives with her children and animals together in one akchala, in what we call for Durga, right? It's a world. It's kind of a representation of the world, I believe. That's why I love Durga, because she really shows you how to coexist. She has plant, so she has the forest, she has the animals in it, she has her children. One of her children is half animal. How beautiful is it?
It also teaches us how we can coexist
Exactly. If we can, if our gods can, why can't we? We have to coexist. That is the way we can save the planet. So that's my favorite representation of God. Personally, I really hugely, I really believe in Durga for that matter. So yeah. And of course, the cultural aspect of it, how an entire city turns into a huge art exhibition. So many artists, so many people, they earn, they are happy. Nobody asks anyone who's sitting right on our side on a different table in a restaurant. I mean, we don't ask them that, are you Bengali? Are you a Hindu? Are you a Muslim? We don't ask.
It's a celebration for all.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, if someone just comes and just celebrates, someone just enjoys, someone making your food during Durga Puja, you don't ask that which religion they follow.
Right.
And religion is not religion is just their own belief system. Religion is not to, okay, so you have this, you follow this religion, so you're someone different. No, I mean, we can't be different. Yeah, come on. So ample of times people have, spoken about, divides, this and that. I don't know how many explanations do people need to even understand it, but that's a different side anyways. Coming back to music again, of course, Durga Puja is all about music.
Right.
Durga Puja is all about a lot of albums releases, film releases.
Right.
So it's a festival. So that's what, that has been my quite journey, like throughout I have been following something which was not planned. And even through radio, someone came in and I did something for radio that, though I was upset somewhere when my shows kind of, went away from my life, when I understood that music, the reason I was doing music for was wrong. When I understood that now I would do music, I left music. I had regular call. When I went to Jamshedpur for a year, I used to have a silent fight with my guitar. The guitar used to stay out open, but I never used to play it because I knew that music is gone from my life. But the guitar behaved like a wife who would scream at me, telling me that if you do not want to sleep with me at night, if you do not want to make love to me, if you do not want to talk to me, if you don't want to discuss family matters with me, if you don't want to discuss anything or share your life with me, why did you marry me? So my guitar and those conversations I would never forget, and I can never explain it to anybody.
Beautiful.
So then one day I picked it up and I decided the first song I made, then I never stopped. First song I made, I realized that I'm happy just by doing this, not for anyone, not for any shows, not for anyone's appreciation. Nothing. I am happy just doing this, and I will be happy doing this. I always keep saying, people have money, they can well spend it. I will have a lot of songs and I'll spend it.
So what got you your first major break in the Tollywood industry,
Yeah.
Bengali film industry?
So again, accident. That's exactly where I was coming next. That when I made peace with me and my music, I never used to tell people that, give me a song, do this, I want to do this. Sometimes I liked somebody's work. I used to appreciate and say that someday, if you have a melody, let me know. I would want to try it because I really like your work. Nobody kind of, paid heed to that. Nobody kind of gave me any opportunity. Unless Dev, the superstar of Bengal, he came for an interview and I was sleeping. So a few colleagues, radio station, my colleagues, Praveen, Priyanka, back then we used to work together. So they kind of called me कि भाई तू आजा सुबह को. मैं बोला सो रहा हूँ भाई. बोले नहीं सुनना ऐसा प्रमोशन है तू आजा. So Priyanka was a Neil, you have to come. You come, please come. Then Praveen भाई हम लोग बाकी सब कुछ संभाल लेगा लेकिन म्यूजिक का कुछ है तो you need to do something for the music, music.
So this was happening in the office?
No, I was back at home. They were at office.
Okay.
So they called me, they woke me up. They woke me up and they were like, because I used to do a night show back then, so I went back home at like 1:30. I slept around 2:30.
Right.
So this call came around at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning. So like, Dev's coming, you have to come for the promotion of a film called Password that back then. So I was like, what should I do? And I reached, I was like, ठीक है चलो आता हूँ. I went there. They were like, do something, some parody or something like that with the word. No, I'm very bad with parodies. Maybe I can do something original. अच्छा जो करना कर. तू देख ले. It's
so
your department.
They gave you the freedom.
Yeah. तू देख ले भाई, तू देख ले. Because of course we had our own departments and they were sweet enough to say कि whatever you want to do, but something musical has to happen. So that's your call. I'm like, okay. So I made a song, a romantic little song, carrying the word password. Because I asked them how much time do we have? They were like, they're coming in half an hour. I'm like, okay.
So you composed an entirely new song in half an hour?
10 minutes to be precise. Yeah. So 10 minutes to be precise. This practice was there because for radio, I always used to make, for the last, before that date, for 4-5 years, I used to make songs randomly on my show within 3 to 4 minutes.
So was that part of the show?
For show, yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, people used to tell me, kuch musical kar.
Okay.
It was always there. So 4 words from the audience, I used to make a song. Headlines, I used to make a song.
So that was a very good practice for you.
Amazing. I initially thought, what am I doing? This is not why I do music. Music is very personal to me. I'm not supposed to do this. What am I doing? But I now thank the universe for letting me do that. Because that day, if that practice wouldn't have been there, I couldn't have made a song like that. And the moment Dave came in and they were like, we have something musical for you. So this segment will be with Neil. So you do it. So yeah. So Neil is my on-air name and Nilayan, of course, is my artist name. So we're like, okay. He heard the song. He's like, will you give me the song? I'm like, you take it. It's for you only. You would take it for film. Then he's like, okay, for a film. Why not? I thought he's a superstar. He said he forgot. 2-3 months later, I get a call. Like, listen, there's a film. We want a new music director.
So who called? Did he call personally?
Dave told his manager back then. I mean the guy who was doing the PR. Basically, Dave told the director. Later on, I heard the story from them that, there was supposed to be another music director who kind of, the song that they liked, he gave it to some other director. So they were like, the director was like very upset. So like, this guy kind of ditched me, this and that. Then they was like, okay, fine, you give me a name. It didn't work out. Let me give you a name. I don't know why I have this feeling that there's this guy I keep meeting in radio station that but he has made a song, and I really believe that he can make other songs. So just listen to him. If not that, just take that song, change the lyrics, and we are happy with one song. Okay, let's try him out. Then I met the director. Before meeting, the director called me. We had a word.
So who was this director?
Rahul Mukherjee.
Okay.
So and the PR guys were there. So they kind of called me and they told me a brief, give me a brief of the story so that I can, even if I have to change the lyrics or whatever I need to do, I'll do it.
Which movie was this?
Kishmish, my first film, yeah. So then they gave me a brief idea about the film. Then I'm like, okay. Then randomly I made a few songs. Just normal, no recording studio. No one was even kind of taking me seriously because I had not done any films. Even programmers, arrangers, musicians, not everyone was taking me seriously because I didn't have a project back then. So I didn't even have access to, and I didn't have that much of money that I would go and record in a studio for nothing. Because I
so
don't
there was
know
no portfolio to back you up.
Nothing. Just a song in a radio station. This guy saw something in me. Similar songs I've been making for radio station for a long time. A lot of people have come, a lot of interviews have happened, but nobody did this, what they've did. That's why I'll always be indebted to him in a very different way.
Maybe he's made it so big because of that.
Because of?
That eye that he has for talents.
Of course.
Because he's making movies in his own production, right?
I really believe that he understands film. And his, the taste of the audience is very nice. Why I say nice? Because it's a balance. He knows his audience, the people who like him, and at the same time, he knows what the other audience who don't come to the theaters now, he knows how to convert them. And he's trying and he's succeeding back to back. Whatever you see his films, I've not been part of all of his films, but of course, what I see is tremendous. And he has been converting a lot of people who've left watching Bangla films coming back to the theaters.
Right, that's true.
So I'll be, quite indebted to him, and that's why my equation with him will always be different. Even if he work, if he don't work, I get another film from him. Doesn't matter. I'll be happy that he poked the musician,
and he saw you as the talent that he wanted in his films.
Yeah.
And that opportunity is a big thing.
Yeah, that's a huge thing.
Not everybody gets this opportunity. And just seeing you for a few minutes maybe in the radio station initially.
And he told me that you never told me that you do music. I'm like, I don't tell people. Why should I? You could have told me earlier. I'm like, no, it's okay. You saw, no? I'm happy that you called me. I'm more happy that you understood rather than spoken words. People might not even take you seriously. I believe you do your work, someone will notice it. You don't need to go and say that, I do this. People are busy in their lives. Nobody's waiting there to give you an opportunity. Whenever someone has the need and you have songs or you have any art to offer, you have anything, people would come to you. And that's how Kishmish happened.
So what happened initially when you gave them the initial songs that you had made?
So I recorded on my phone. That's it.
In your home?
Yeah.
No studio?
Nothing. Just mobile phone, record, play the guitar, make a song. First, make it, write it.
So how long did it take for you to, compose those initial songs? And how many songs were there? I think the
meeting was in 2-3 days.
2-3 days.
Yeah.
And how many songs did you compose?
4, I guess. 4.
Yeah. That's like a lot.
So 4 songs in 2 days maybe I did, and then went for the meeting. The director heard one song. The first song I made him here, he was like, not this song. I'm like, okay, I have more. Then he's like, no, you got me wrong. Don't make Dev hear this song. I'm like, why? Well, because this is for my another script, I'll keep it.
So let me guess, Oboseshe, is that right?
No. It was, Oboseshe was not in the scene. Oboseshe was the last song to be composed for Kishmish.
Okay.
So it was a different song. But then he heard the other songs and like, I'm good. I'll talk to Dev now. Then he called Dev and he was like, I think that this is going the right way. So then Dev is like, I told you for one song, but you went and kind of, made him listen to 3 songs and he likes it. Shona amake. They were like, okay. I made him hear a song. He was like, next. Made him hear the song. He said, next. Made him hear 3 songs. He's like, Jio, pura album take tor.
Nice.
So that's what I like. The entire
So you
album is
cracked
lost.
the interview basically.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, nice. I'm like, okay. Then he's like, he will do more work. The fourth song, work on it. I'm like, okay, that's great. I'm like, is it really happening? Because after a long time, I had a purpose for music. I mean, for people, serving it to somebody else. That gives you happiness. Come on.
Right. And
When
such a
you-
big platform also.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great thing. Greats have worked in this industry, and so at least in the history of composers, my name, there's an opportunity that it would come. So it's a great thing. So that's how first film happened. Half
So please
shooting
could
was
you
done.
share us how did Oboseshe happen? Like
Oh,
and how did Arijit Singh get involved?
Okay. So Oboseshe, this song happened. Fourth song was a problem because initially they planned a remake for the 90s, sequence. That
It's a flashback, I
yeah,
guess.
so during the 90s, how Kolkata was, this and that. So they were thinking about remaking a song. So we were making that remake. We were trying, but I always said, I won't make an out and out remake. I would give my original. I don't like doing out and out. I must have something. The only recreation I have done so far was in Kacher Manush, where I did a song of Kuti Mansoor, which is almost like a 200-year-old song. Parvati Das Baul kind of sung the song. I was so happy that she came on board and agreed to, because she doesn't quite agree. We kind of tried giving it a very world music kind of infusion into it, with Shehnai, yet at the same time very very subdued soundscape. So and I was like, we can change the soundscape if you want it more authentic, we can. Then Parvati Di was like, nah, there's something I like about you. You do whatever it is, because you're not killing the soul at all. I am happy as a singer. I'm happy. I'm like, great, because I really believe that whoever's working on it, everyone should be on the same page. Everyone should be proud, so that later on they can share. People should not do the work for money only. Someone coming in doing the work. If you don't believe in me, I mean, even a Bahubali wouldn't have been a Bahubali if the entire crew didn't believe in it. There are a lot of people who might say that Bahubali VFX acha nahi hai, ye nahi, acha nahi. Doesn't matter.
It
Everyone
just worked.
believed in it. People worked, and it worked. It did a lot for the industry, and that's fine. We cannot be perfect all the time, but there has to be a start. Rajamouli sir has started a different revolution together. So that's how.
And Oboseshe.
Yeah. So
Getting back to Oboseshe.
Oboseshe. So I mean that the remake was not working. I was told that the fourth song, I'll give it to somebody else. And I know.
So who said this? That I'll give it to somebody. Okay.
Yeah. No, fourth song I'll give it to somebody else. If you're not cracking the song, the remake is not happening. Rights is an issue, this and that. So the fourth song is needed, this and that. But I made another song, so fourth song. No, it's not that great, this and that. Not happening, this and that. And COVID kind of changed a lot. So in between there were 2 years only lockdown, this and that. So he was like, no, can we do something else? Can we do something? Because all of us, we were thinking so much back then. We were thinking so much.
And there was a lot of time to think.
Lot of time. So even confidence levels go down, it's happening, not happening, this and that.
Oh, so this project had happened before COVID.
Yeah, we
And then
announced it before
COVID.
Yeah.
And then COVID hit.
Yeah.
And you were like dicey that whether this is going to happen or
absolutely. We were very devastated. I was like, okay, one opportunity. Okay, fine. Let me go back with my guitar into my bedroom and just make music for myself. Yeah. That's it. I was even ready for it, though very upset, but I was getting ready for it. So then suddenly, I made Oboseshe basically for something else, for the same director.
So was this that song? Oh no, so you said this is not that song.
Yeah, not sorry. Yeah. But I kind of, when I was making Oboseshe, I knew it in my guts that this is for Kishmish. This is very much for Kishmish. No. Because that is in my mind. I'm stuck there. That this song is not getting tracked. And, even the lyrics and everything was going with Kishmish so well. But, I'm a very egoistic guy. So if I have committed something, I don't want to go back on my commitment. So since I told Rahul for some other project and I was giving it, I wanted him as a director to realize whether it was for Kishmish or not. Because what I believe for film is not just, I am not making the film only. There's so many people. The director's vision is important. I am there. The DOP is there. The actors are there. Producers are there. So a lot of people are taking shots. Then Rahul is like, suddenly in that meeting, we're like, no, this and that. I told him, see, it's my first film. You don't give me another film ever again. I don't want to work ever again. But if it's one film I do in my career, this album has to be completely mine. My first album has to be completely mine. Then Rahul is like, ওই গানটা শোনা, make him hear that song. And which one? We'll make him hear. But I'm like, but he's like, do it. I'm like, okay. Then I was like, thank you. You understood. He understood.
And he gave you the green light.
Yeah. And then I played the song. I sent it to him. He played the song and he was like, why were you giving me wrong songs? Yeah? It's there. It's ready. It's all ready.
So the magic happened.
The magic happened. And then he was like, done. And then half shooting, while on the floor, people were singing the songs already. He gave me my second film, of course. He called me that, there's a film, there's a bigger opportunity for you because me, Nilayan Chatterjee are together.
So what was the name of the film?
Kacher, Manush.
Okay. So that was your second
That was my
opportunity.
second. Third was again.
So how did Arijit Singh get into the song?
See, Arijit got into the picture because I really thought that this song needs to be sung by somebody who is not just filmy, has a very indie approach. And it is not because it's just Arijit Singh. Of course, Arijit Singh singing a song gives us a huge leeway of reaching out to a large number of audience. But at the same time, Arijit has a very indie approach to his songs as well. He loves doing indie music. So whenever we have kind of spoken to each other, he is one of those guys. You got indie songs? Give me. I'm like, okay, I'll send you. If I have something nice, I'll send it to you. Yeah, if you have something nice, you send it to me, and I will send him indie songs wherever. If I don't know whether we can work on it or not, but I want to send him when I'm convinced. And if he's convinced, it would come out. If he's not convinced, it's okay. Just songs have their own destiny. So Arijit, I sent him the song. No, it was Dev who sent him the song. Dev who sent, because I didn't have everyone's number anyways. So Dev sent him the song. He kind of respected Dev a lot. So he was like, "Ek ganta mein koro. I want to sing this song. I want to sing this song." And Dev's like, "Okay, he loves the song and he wants to sing it." I'm like, "Super. Whatever I wanted, it's happening. It's good." So when he took 3 months, 3 to 4 months to sing the song. We waited to a certain extent that the film is, the release dates are coming close by, and we were like, what if someone else, who's a backup plan if he doesn't sing?
So because he was taking a lot of time.
Yeah. So no backup plan. Then the director was like, no backup plan. It's Arijit Singh or your version is going. Nobody else. I'm like, nee, Arijit, it needs to be there. Of course, first film, you need the best team to put forward. Because I also kind of, had someone new in the game. Shubhadeep, there's this guy who was my programmer arranger. I was trying different vocalists from India, Pakistan. Not Pakistan, I mean Bangladesh. But it was not clicking. For Tui Bolbo Na Tumi, the other song. But I found my production guy. He's kind of, Nila, this part, someone needs to sing it this way. He's not a regular singer. But I was like, you sing the scratch and send it to me. His
So
voice.
this is the other song that
The other song. So that's I've kept in my. It's not that in my album I only need Arijit Singh, I need a Papun, I need only. No, it's not like that. So it's like whatever's right for the song.
So how do you actually choose which song fits which artist? Like, because there's so much variety in any album that we pick up from your movies. Like, what is the thought process behind it?
See, I personally believe that first of all, a composer's approach to the song is always very, very, very special. Whoever it is, whichever composer. Nobody can reach up to their level of, giving soul into the song. A few singers can. Arijit Singh is one of them. Because they would not just give soul into your song, they would add more. So when he sent me Oboseshe in the middle of the night at 3 o'clock, he keeps on calling me, listen, I sung your song today, but I've thrown away the files. I know, why? No, I don't like. I'll send me, no, I'll send you. Again gone for 2 weeks. Then suddenly he calls me at 2 o'clock or 2:30 at night in the morning. He's like, listen, I've sent you the files. Listen to it once. Do something, delete it. Tomorrow again I'll try to. I'm like, no, once you've sent me, I have to listen to it. Trust me, we went outside the studio, 3 o'clock, 3 a.m. We were near Godia Moor or somewhere, that place. So we were just having our, some water and whatever. We took a break. So then,
This was outside the
yeah,
studio.
just mobile phones. That's it. We'll go inside. We were so impatient that we didn't want to go into the studio and listen to it. We were like, phone mein hi download karke, let's listen. We played it. We played it again. We played it again. Went to the studio, played it again. Then we looked at each other and we like, sorted.
Whoa.
Because then I called up Arijit. He's like, Shunach, did you listen? I'm like, you don't have to do anything else. This is absolutely what we wanted and more. Even little places which I couldn't imagine that this place could have been sung this way.
The nuances,
maybe
basically.
in a simple way. Maybe I just play it for you.
Yeah, sure.
So this part was in the song. যদি সময়ে ফিরে যাওয়া শিখে যেতাম আরো ভালো একটা মানুষ তোমায় দিতাম আমি জানলে আগে আঘাত কি পেতাম তুমি সামনে এলে দাগ কি লুকিয়ে নিতাম সি হি সাং তুমি সামনে এলে দাগ কি লুকিয়ে নিতাম but in scratch it was তুমি সামনে এলে দাগ কি লুকিয়ে নিতাম but this little dagger, this simple thing that he used in the song differentiated the two syllables, the lyrical error. I would say lyrical error, it's not grammatical error or it's not something like that, but the error is in the phonetics. Maybe somewhere this was the only way to correct it and he did it, and that created the mind. It's just dag, but dag ki lukiye nitam. Then he goes like achonka bhangamun.
Can we just listen to 2 lines of it?
tere choa norom eto bhabbe naki tumi bhabo অবশেষে ভালোবেসে চলে যাব অবশেষে ভালোবেসে চলে যাব কি যায় আসে মন খারাপে সব হারা আর কি হারাবে আচমকা ভাঙা মন পেলে ছোঁয়া নরম এত ভাবে নাকি তুমি ভাবো অবশেষে ভালোবেসে চলে যাব অবশেষে ভালোবেসে চলে যাব
Beautiful. I love this song personally.
Thank you,
I've heard it hundreds of times.
Thank you so much. So
And thank you for playing the song for the audience.
no, I mean, because I can't think without this. Honestly, if I need to explain my music or something also, I always take this support. So I am a cripple without a guitar. Of course, with all due respect, so this word I shouldn't be using it, but yeah, I consider myself very challenged without the guitar, honestly. Yeah.
So moving on, like you have worked on several movies with Devda, and there's another great offer in industry, Jeetda. You have also
That's released.
So yeah, it is already released. So you have already worked with him. So what is the contrast between these two superstars?
They are superstars.
They are.
And they are unique. That's why they are loved and they are existing together.
So you have worked very closely.
Both are very different. Both of their approaches is very, very, very different. And that's the beauty of it. Working with Devda makes me make different kind of music. Working with Jeetda makes me make different kind of music. So with Jeetda, it's very. He's the. He wants things his own way. He likes jazzed up things. He likes, modern stuff. He likes that. And he also is an appreciator of melody. So, like one song was not even in the film. For Boomerang, it was not in the film. Experimentation, thankfully, both of them have helped me do experimentations because I don't want to do things straight. So I can't.
So
think
they
straight.
gave you that creative space to explore music,
yeah,
or
they were
was there a
supportive.
lot of constraint while composing?
There were constraints, but
What kind of constraints were there? Like if somebody is working with them.
so all of my songs that you see have released, all of them apart from the Kishmish album first, most of the songs have been rejected in the first place.
Okay.
Later on, people realized that no,
Okay.
this is needed for the film.
So how did they realize? Like, because it was already rejected.
It takes time.
It takes time to
I'm-
sink in and
because
to,
I personally believe that I'm not doing something. I'm not taking the safe bet. I'm not taking the safe route. I am trying to do something which I believe has. See, everyone says I'm different. Maybe I'm no different. People somewhere in the world they have done it. But my approach, maybe of course, all keys have a different combination. All locks have a different combination. So I do it my way, and my way is maybe something which does not have the very straight, regular, mainstream outlook. So even Kacher Manush has been a very experimental album. So even Bagha Jotin has been a very experimental album. We've made English tracks there which people don't even know that I've composed. So there's a song called Prince of Mine in Bagha Jotin, which people think that it's maybe an old classic. So, and I'm happy when they say it. Because if they think that it's some old record playing, then I'm happy because that was my intention.
so talking about the contrast.
Yeah. So now coming to Jeetda, he wanted a soundtrack. Of course, Bon Bon was very still like the way people are used to, the way people perceive him. Boomerang title track, I knew I might get a backlash, and I did. And I did get a backlash initially, and a lot of people later
From
on
the audience?
from the audience, yeah, because here, I mean, when the track was being made, it is something the combination and the experimentation that we've done. It is not very common here in Bangla films, and whenever you try to do something different, even when Gravity was being explained for the first time, people thought it was crazy. So even any, so I'm not comparing myself with any greats or something. I can't even. But just as saying anything in the first place, something new, it's hard to take. You move.
So what kind of backslash were you facing?
So people were like, no, Jeetda's films, these can't be title track. Title track has to be typically they were taking names which has already happened,
Right.
but
That they're used to.
that they're used to, or they've heard in some South film. So it's like either it has to be, people are very happy with copies.
So basically, there's a very strong association with the past when it comes to certain kind of films.
we compare our
Yeah.
presence with our exes. Always we do. People compare their presence with their, their husbands with their fathers. Guys compare their wives with their mothers. Why? Your wife is different. Your mother is different. Your husband's different. Your father's different. Maybe there are common attributes which you might have fallen in love with. That's fine. There are type of human beings and types match. But definitely it's a unique combination. And please do not negate what it's not like your father's. So the husband is not bad. My father does this, you can't do this. So it's okay. You still love the person, right? So that's what. I mean, even when it comes to music, we think that what's happened is good. If we've accepted something, somewhere someone has taken the first step, right?
Right.
Then why can't we in today's generation, we can't take it? Just because a lot of people can say it, a lot of people can just simply go on social media and write it and harm. They try to insult the artist, and that doesn't make sense because they want to take out their frustration. Trust me, these are bad times to be an artist, because an artist wants to create something, wants to say something the way he feels or she feels, but people might not be ready for it. That's okay. People will realize later on. So many messages, so many people messaged me after Boomerang title track that initially we didn't like the song, but now we love it. It really grew on us. While the song was being mastered in UK, they were like, this is good stuff coming from Bengal. While it was being dubbed in Bombay, they were like, भाई बंगाली इंडस्ट्री में अच्छा काम हो रहा है यार, बहुत अच्छा लगा ट्रैक आपका.
So there was appreciation all over.
There was always appreciation. Jeet, the production house, everyone, they loved it, and that's why the song was there. The approvals came in. All of us unanimously said, but maybe the audience have associated something. Iska matlab ye. It is like stereotyping an artist. Why would you stereotype an artist? If an actor tries to do something different, he's trying to entertain you in a different way. Try to receive it. Because what happens? If you don't receive it, the actors would never experiment again. There's no scope. You're killing the possibilities. Basically, you're killing the possibilities.
Right.
And I'm sure in so many places,
Right.
once a director gives you a story, you like it, and you want him to repeat his own formula. You want him to repeat the thing that you've liked. He's not open to do something new, and he's saturating himself, and he dies. An artist dies. An artist, I mean, his tenure dies. Artist never dies, maybe his tenure does. So that's a sad state right now. People need to be more open. People need to be really. If you can accept social media, if you can accept streaming platforms, even when you realize that there's no radio on your mobile phone, your old friend is not there on your mobile phone. The free entertainment platform which used to provide you with free entertainment, yet you used to participate in competitions, it used to give you money, it used to give you pressure cookers and so many other things, that is not in your phone anymore. You don't question about it. Where has the app gone? Is it some kind of a conspiracy? Is it some kind of something else that's happening? That due to the streaming platforms have come, your phone doesn't have radio? Nobody questions that. Then why are you against new art? Why is the artist always attacked on social media? I know the artist is approachable. You think that artist is very close to you. Trust me, the artist does it for you, because we artists don't work for praises. You don't even know how much money we get. You don't even know how much struggle we are going through to keep on doing, following what we love in India, in a country like India. It is very difficult. Unless you become someone, you really don't get that amount. But to become
and
that,
the support also.
Yeah, so to get there, it takes a lot. People need to be compassionate towards artists, because we artists are very emotional. We artists, just give us love. We'll do anything you want. Maybe we'll do better. Let us do it our way. That's it. Maybe you want to dance. You want a dance number. We can give you a dance number. Just love us. Tell us that you want it. We would give you. Maybe we'll give you a dance number which somewhere in South or somewhere, anywhere in India, someone else can get inspired, because we'll be doing it our way.
Right.
We are loving South work because they are doing things their own way. They're not trying to copy. I mean, why not? Art has to inspire, right? Art should not always be inspired. Getting inspired is fine, but doing it your way and inspiring, again, it's an inspirational chain, I believe. If you can't roll it on, you are killing the trend there. That's what.
How difficult is for a composer or a music director like you in the industry working currently to sustain yourself in such a competitive market?
It's just a phase. The greats have faced their challenges.
How are you facing the challenges, and what are your steps that you are doing to sustain yourself?
See, for people like us who don't want to do ki, sir, aapko kya chahiye, main deta hu. Whatever you need, I'm not here into client servicing. I have lost more work than I've done, and I'm okay with it.
You're here to express yourself.
Yeah, I am doing music because I believe in it, and I believe the way I'm thinking. If people, this is the only thing I have. This is my identity. If I start playing the guitar like somebody else, if I start making songs like somebody else, I'm dead anyways. I won't sustain for a long time. Maybe I'll sustain for a while.
Right.
But maybe right now I'm losing work. But if I get good at my art, or if my time comes, if someday my art is appreciated by people, then I'll do more work. As simple as that. There are so many artists that people have appreciated after they were dead. And that's fine. Maybe that was their journey. Maybe that was their story. There are so many artists in so many other fields, so many art fields. So it's just my story, which I don't know. Nobody knows their story. I'm just a character in it. I'm living it. I'm taking every day at a time. I am taking every song at a time. Now, songs we don't make. I personally believe that people who create, we are just mere receptors. We are antennas receiving it. Somewhere someone is giving us a song. And that has always been the case. Oboseshe came in within 5 minutes. I was tired. 11 o'clock I have to make a song. Then I started writing, and it just went on. It happened. Mukti Dao. It just happened. So songs which truly resonate with people, which stay more, I personally believe that it comes. You don't make it. if you listen to so many songs, then you want to make something like that, that takes a lot of time. But no, that's not your art.
So the practice has to be there always, and things will come to you.
It will come to you.
So my next question to you would be: there's so many budding artists coming to Kolkata or major cities like Bombay or other cities. So if they want to be in your shoes, what do they have to do? I know there's no fixed path, there's no particular direction that one has to take, but what would your suggestion be to these people? Like, there's so many my friends also working hard day and night.
The sad part is, I do not know what your story will be. Nobody can tell you what your story will be. You do not know how many, lunches you have in your life. You do not know how many pegs you can enjoy in your life. You just need to feel that you are loving what you're doing. Music for the people happened to me when I started doing it for myself. When I wanted to impress people and do music for them, opportunities, they went away. They didn't come to me. So you have to do your art, stay happy in it. That is in your control.
First, what you're suggesting is do it for yourself.
Please do it for yourself. If that keeps you happy, because anyways, if you are an artist, you are so unlucky.
Why do you say so?
Because you can't do anything else. Your mind has been corrupted. It's the most beautiful yet most painful life you have. It's something beautiful. You can create. Only women, they have this power to create. They can procreate. But an artist can also procreate. Every song is like a child. Every art, every brush stroke is like a child. Every filmmaker's film is like a child. So all that you create, even scientists, when they create something, they innovate something, that's like a child. Scientists are artists. So you do not think what will come your way. Do it for yourself. And trust me, if you're good at it, make it your profession.
And keep doing it for a very, very long time.
Just do it. Yeah, and please do a job. Please do a job. I'll tell everyone, please do a job. Do not do music for money. Do not say, I can only do this. No, it's not. We are not people who can only do one thing. We are humans. We have, thrived. We have fought our way to evolution. We have never said that we can't do this, we can't do that. We would have been extinct if we would have said that. But as an artist, keep doing what you want to just for yourself. To earn, there are other ways. Earn. If truly in your journey, in your lifetime, your art is to give you money for your livelihood, and maybe if your sadhana pleases the Almighty, I believe, the Almighty would make sure that opportunities come your way and you only do this and yet get paid.
Beautifully said. Beautifully
You
said.
will get it. Otherwise, if your sadhana is not true, if you don't have tears enough, if you don't have honesty enough, only crying on my art is not happening doesn't work. You need to be in pain, working through your instrument or singing. You need to have a broken voice. Sometimes even thinking, did I lose my voice? You have to cry. You have to think that, is it gone from my life? If the God really, I'm a believer. So if I think the Almighty sees it, ये सच्ची यार किसी को तो नहीं, ये सच में कुछ और नहीं कर पाएगा. This person cannot do it. Anything else, they would make sure, because people who give lives, people who give you a life, the Almighty or whoever is there, they would take care. बच्चा भी रोता है तो उसको दूध मम्मी देती है ना. So हाँ.
Taking my next question, that you were talking about Almighty, you could also be Almighty for a lot of people, and there are a lot of singers who would love to be a part of your projects. So I also know personally a lot of people who would love to sing in your movies. So how do they get in touch with you, and what is your way of looking at new artists? Like, because you just said that you just don't need big names. You need people who fit in the song, who would justify the song, and that would be it.
Yeah, so first of all, I can never be an almighty. None of us can be. Because we are never all, we are never mighty. We stand in front of mountains, we stand in front of the sea, we really see that how small we are, right? All of us have faced it. People, you have traveled so much. You have thought to yourself, everyone who's traveled, it's not just I who've come up with this, everyone. What we can do is really extend the torch, help. Someone has believed in me. My career began with someone believing in me. When I stopped believing that I can do music for somebody else, that person we met before, but that particular day, that moment, something happened, he believed in me. So wait for the moment. Stop sending your work constantly to people. Don't disturb, honestly, because everyone is fighting their own battles. Send at regular intervals. Do not be a spammer. Because I've seen a lot of good artists spamming someone and getting blocked. Just don't be impatient. You keep doing your job. You keep singing. The moment people start listening to you more, because there are a lot of people who listen to independent music, on someone's profile shares it, people will reach out to you. Even the A.R. Rahman said that he searches for talents on Instagram. I search for talents on Instagram. Don't be a spammer. Just be a spammer on your own profile. If you can be a spammer on your own profile, create regularly or sing regularly. If you can just sing, collaborate with someone who can create, collaborate with your friends. Just don't get your photographer friends or cinematography friends who are into this. Don't get them to just change your DPs. Don't tell them कि मेरा photo खींच के दे मेरे को DP. Collaborate with them. They are artists somewhere. They want to create a good film. They want to create a good video. Don't tell them that make my video this way, make my video that way. You do your part. Let them do their part. If the collaboration is nice, it will reach out to people, and the moment it reaches people, you will reach out to people like us. If we see a video, if we see someone singing, we reach out to them. So again, be a spammer to yourself on your own profile. People will come to you. And it is not, PR is not the only thing that gives you work. It is your work which gives you work. You have a brilliant PR, yet if someone gives you an opportunity, you fail because you've spent your time PRing and not on working on your art. You won't be able to sustain.
Because you had no PR. You had no backing.
I still don't have a PR.
Yeah, so you had nothing. But then from that nothing, you made so many films.
Maybe this is, again, I'm saying I don't know whether it's coming back where we started in this interview, that I don't know whether I'm doing, this is what I have to do. This is right now. I have this opportunity. I've taken it. I'm working on it. If someday work stops, I'll still take up my guitar and compose. That is what makes me happy. I'll do it. Maybe I'll if I have to go to the mountains and teach kids, or somewhere and teach kids that, this can help you ventilate. Creating can help you ventilate all the, anger, all the anxiety that you have, mental health. I believe in it. I go through it. So I know it. How you can simply play the guitar and get a muse, of course. My ex-wife, for a long time, she has been my love. And of course, she has inspired me in so many songs. She has inspired me, write a lot of songs on her. Whoever I've met in my life, the great people I've met in my life, everyone somewhere or the other has inspired me. My kids, 4-legged kids, when they die, a lot of them have gave me a song. My love towards them, what I see around me. Just be an observer. If you're a creator, be an observer. There's art everywhere. And just create. Don't specify your journey. Don't be so specific. So reaching out to people you admire and you want to work with is not very difficult, because the more you are searching for an opportunity in today's times, composers are looking out for you guys. If you are unique, if you are good, they will come to you. And to all the people, the youngsters, please be open to sing scratches. You won't get money. most of the times for scratches, nobody can give you money because the tracks won't get approved, this and that. Like, how can a composer pay you? Because they don't even know. They are also spending that. It's an investment. They are investing their time. They are investing in compositions. But the more scratches you sing for a lot of people, for all the composers you like, don't waste your time. If you think that someone is just calling you for the sake of calling you and that opportunity does not excite you, that's a different thing. That's your choice not to sing. But if you think that singing somewhere would enrich your musical experience also, because singing on somebody else's composition always gives you a good practice. Sing as much as possible, because you don't get compositions every day. You don't get others' perspective to sing. If you're a playback, want to be a playback singer, that's a different thing. Just keep at it. We will reach out to you. And in the meantime, if you have a few people knowing a few people like us, send them your work at times. Leave it to them. Whenever the time comes, whenever the requirement comes, they will scroll through all the old things. Sometimes update one or two new things that you there. Just send it to them, even if they've not seen the WhatsApp, even if they've not seen your any messages. It's okay. They are busy in their lives. They are struggling their own way. They will see to it. At the right time, you will get noticed. Do not keep on spamming it. Did you listen? Did you listen? Did you listen? You don't know where the person is. Because someday a person might get just so irritated that maybe you are so good, the person is in a different mind frame, they just might block you. It is their loss also. They won't get to your music. But that's your loss also. So don't spam. People will come to you. You will get your opportunity. Just keep doing your stuff.
That's the key. So my next question would be, there's a very interesting update, that's AI. And we have seen softwares generating songs within minutes, compositions with different voices. Where do you see, are you guys using this tool or are you guys not using this tool? How are things happening?
AI is a great tool. I mean, I personally am not a very AI fan. I've used a bit of AI, maybe creating a few tones and this and that here and there. It's fine. But if you depend on AI, that's foolishness. Because first of all, AI will never be able to take over human creativity. AI learns from human creativity. How can it take over human creativity? AI might just one day start making perfect songs. But it has never been about perfect. It has always been about these little human errors that makes it beautiful.
Beautifully said.
So you cannot be worried about AI. Yes, what AI will do, I personally believe, strongly believe in it. AI will rule out mediocrity. AI will win against mediocrity, and that's good. So people who are genuinely creative, people who are genuinely talented and are gifted composers or gifted creators in any field, wherever AI has come in, they will never be replaced. But mediocrity will be. And if you think that you are being outrun by AI, if you are into mediocre game, up your game. Don't remain mediocre. Learn more. And be the human who can truly be the creative person and not depend on AI. That's what.
So in a generation where, everybody is on reels, even songs are being made so that it gets viral on reels. People go for hooks, forget about composing an entire song, their entire concentration is on creating hooks. What is your say on this aspect?
Impatience. People are being very impatient due to their lifestyle, due to so much more. We have stopped sharing time with each other. We have stopped sharing so many things with each other. Previously, there were televisions in an entire area. The entire locality used to come together. The entire community used to come together to watch and share one television. Nowadays, husband and wives can't even share a car. They need their own cars. They need their individual phones. Children need their phones. Everyone needs something of their own. There's no common goal. There's no common dream. That's a problem, right? So, I mean, now since we do not share the time, we are time bound and we want so many things to be done in that little time. The patience level has gone down, crazily gone down. Previously, there were songs which had 1.5 minutes of intro. 1.5 minutes, 1 minute 2 minutes intro. Nowadays they've made a trend out of it also. That 90s songs, you don't know when the song would come in.
Right.
They start singing the song, but still there's the music. But never have you ever thought why was there uh 1.5 minute intro? Why was there a 1 minute intro?
Why?
My personal belief, what I think, you might be in a different situation. Someone else might be in a different situation. Someone else be crying, someone will be playing, someone will be working. To bind everyone into the song, creating one unanimous ambience, the intro was there to get you into the song, get you into the world of it. And the moment you all were in one unison, the singer would come up with his words, the song would come. Everyone was attentive. Nowadays, radio edits start with directly the voice. Not even intros, not even at times, there aren't even signature tunes. Now everything's like direct. We don't have time. So, I mean, buy time. Please buy time.
Does this also affect your work?
Some way it does. I personally am in favor of a lot of music pieces amidst a song, because I really think that creates a world. That really creates a world. If you can accept films which have the first part only explaining the characters and only introducing you to the characters, the real film comes in the second part.
Right.
You wait for it 2 years, 3 years. Why can't you wait for a 1 minute intro? It will bring all of us under one roof. It will bring all of us. I mean, come on, yeah. You can't have good sex without a good foreplay.
True.
So you need the foreplay. You need to understand each other's body. You need to understand how it works, how you function, how she functions, or he functions, or whatever it is. Then the real thing starts. The starters are as real as the latter, right? The main course. You need it. It creates the appetite. So not just me, a lot of composers might be in the zone that, गाना लंबा हो रहा है, छोटा करना है, जो तो कम time, the more play out, this and that. We might face such issues. Too long a song. But trust me, if your story is boring, people will get bored in 30 seconds. If your storytelling is nice, people after 3.5 hours will still tell you, when is the next part coming?
Right.
Why was it so short? Why this film could have been longer? So good things, how much ever long they are, people would never get enough. If it's not good, people will get bored anyways.
True that.
So your little reels and all that, it's fine. 15 seconds videos you're making, but that's not the song. That's just the part of it. That's a sad part that you know the 15 seconds of the song, but if I ask you what's in the antara, most of them don't know. Most of them don't know what instruments are being played in the first place. I mean, the first few bars. People don't even know that what the song is actually talking about. Like one of my songs, Shojoni, that became viral because they loved the hook. They loved the hook step. They loved dancing on it. It went viral. But very few people kind of messaged me saying that someone is talking about the suffocative nature of love. The song, the lyrics that it has, the inner meaning it has. It speaks about something which generally love songs don't speak about. So I was happy for them. There are a few people, and I make songs for everyone. Try to educate the mass and up their taste game. If we can do it, if it's a collaborative effort, I'm sure there are other composers trying as well. The day we all succeed, maybe not our lifetime, because we are into this phase where people have enjoyed the time they've enjoyed. The superstars are few in every industry. They say that Shah Rukh Khan is the last of the superstars. In Bengali industry, they talk about how they are the last of the superstars. Nilayan Chatterjee, of course, last of the megastars. So I mean, everywhere, but you can't do that. Sometimes you need stars for a beautiful night. You can't have a blank sky with only one sun or something like that. Multiplexes are good. Single screens are very much needed. And more the commercial films do well, the better art house films come out because they have more producers. Artists, when for to them cinema is like art, cinema, and few films are like movies. They want to entertain people. Everyone should coexist. A lot of people are there who don't watch films for just the art of it. They watch films because they are tired, they're struggling. They every day they fight for one meal.
They want entertainment.
Absolutely. They want to go to the cinema theaters. They want to forget their world. They want to get into a world which makes them feel like heroes. They want to dance. They want to enjoy. Who is catering to them? Where are the single screens? South is not successful because what content they are doing only. South is successful because they are catering to them as well. There are still people who believe they are heroes. They have a simple life. They, they work and they have an auto. They ferry passengers from this place to that place. Yet they feel that they are heroes because they still are the consumers of the single screen.
That's the magic of the screen.
A cab driver. I went to Chennai for a recording. A cab driver telling me, "Which last film have you seen, sir?" And I'm like, "I watched PS2." He's telling me a guy who's so busy into his schedule of cab driving. He's saying that PS1 I like, PS2 I didn't like, sir. I'm saying, why? They've changed it from the book. This statement is such a powerful statement. He's saying they've changed it from the book. They are so invested in cinema. They so much enjoy cinema. They so much celebrate cinema there that the masses, they read books before watching the film. General masses. Bengal is a place which used to thrive on art. Somewhere, I personally feel we've started denying the colors that Bengalis have. Bengalis are not just the ones who are only sophisticated, only poised, only very graceful. Bengalis are also rebellious. Bengalis are also, someone who have fought for our country. We are powerful people as well, right? So all the aspects are there in our youngsters. Genetics, the genetic memory is so strong in the generation. I mean, it's there. So you see rebellion on social media, but most of the rebellion is without a cause. Most of the people rebelling for a cause, they don't even know the full story.
Right.
It's a good thing that they rebel. It's a great thing that they are speaking their heart out. It's a great thing that they have a voice and they're not scared of anyone. Just that, be it commercial films, be it social media rebellions, be it, we are doing everything very half-heartedly. That's what I want. You want to rebel, you want to speak out, you want to fight. Know the full story. Don't do it half-hearted, right?
Go to the depth of it.
Yeah, just don't post something that everyone's posting it. You share it and you think your responsibility is done. There are people who know the entire story and that's why they've posted it. Respect their mission as well. Read the entire thing, then post it. Films also. If you're making film, if you're making it an entertainer, make it an entertainer. Of course, the content is important. Nowadays, neo commercial films are all about South. They have done it. Even a lot of films across, not just in South, Marathi films, other regions, a lot of regions are there that go unnoticed. If you're making an entertainment film, make sure it entertains people. Don't try to be a Satyajit Ray and a Rohit Shetty at the same time. Everyone, Satyajit Ray, he never pretended. That's why he's Mr. Ray. Mrinal Sen, all these greats, they believed in their work and that's why they did it. And at the same time, if you think about, commercial filmmakers back in our times, the super duper hit givers, maybe Shopan Chaha, Haruna Chakraborty, they've made pot boilers and they've entertained people, families. So if we've had such great filmmakers in the past, we also have it now. Just that audience also needs to be a bit more receptive and not go completely. Everyone has become a reviewer nowadays. We've stopped enjoying art.
Right.
We've stopped enjoying films. We've stopped enjoying songs. And that is where, the songs are becoming small.
We want everything quick.
Yes, we don't have patience. We don't have patience. That's why People are not enjoying it. Breathe, 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 breathe. Just breathe. Enjoy the film. Enjoy the song. Stop being so critical about it. When you start enjoying the song, when composers also know that you're breathing, they'll give you a very nice intro.
So people start
will-
analyzing before enjoying.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
That's the problem. Composers are getting confused. क्या करें? इनको please करने के लिए क्या
There's a
करें?
lot of thought in everywhere.
The hook has to be catchy. This has to be that. That has to be this. Reels. It needs to work on reels. From when did music start, being happening for reels? It is just a medium. From when did social media start becoming the biggest judge or the biggest parameter? When did YouTube views start becoming the biggest parameter for music and a composer's credibility? Why? Kishore Kumar never made a social media account. He's left his mortal form. But still he has a page on every social media with a verified badge. He just did his job. He did good music.
That's what's important.
Let composers do their job. Let everyone do their job. You might be a great engineer. If you show your project to me, if your profession was so hyped in India, if suppose if it was covered so much, your job would have got difficult. Because if everyone thought, oh, you've made that bridge. Oh, this bridge has this problem, that problem, this bridge. Oh, no. It is to bend, no? The angle should have been this and that. Who am I? I am a composer. Why should I talk about your bridge? If someone's a filmmaker, I will not go tell your film is from, do this, that. Though I'm working for films, I will not go and I will enjoy my process. I will contribute in my way. So all this confusion is affecting every art that's coming out. Songs are becoming smaller. Films are becoming confusing. Directors want to get their words out. They want to make a statement. At the same time, they don't know whether they want to first entertain or they want to... so composers are also getting confused. Should we think about the reels? Should we think about the 15-second songs? Or should we think about, something musical? Who to impress? The audience or the musicians listening to us? How to create that balance? How to strike that balance? It is such a difficult job. Don't make it so difficult for us.
So the noise is a lot because of social media.
Yeah, social media has its good sides as well, but it also has a few things that is very dangerous. Very dangerous. A lot of artists, they don't know how to make videos every day. They don't get it. They only can make a song. They don't know how to be so pretty in front of the camera every day. I can't make a video every day. And that's why a lot of people don't even know my songs are my songs. A lot of people tell me, your social media game is weak. You need to come up on social media every single time. I don't enjoy it. Is it my fault? I can't. I try, but I fail. Sometimes I feel like singing a song to my friends. Maybe I pick up my guitar and sing a song normally and just do it for you guys. That's it. You can't tell your mother to be in... if your mom cooks a wonderful Bengali meal for you, just because she makes a Bengali food, in such a nice way to you, you can't always tell her, you make such good food. Go and open a hotel. We keep on saying, what amazing food you've made. You should have a hotel. No, she loves it. She loves cooking for you only. Enjoy that meal. Stop giving her tag of or giving her a peer pressure of she needs to be a chef in some hotel. She loves you. You don't judge your mom's food every day, do you?
No.
Then how are you judging someone's art? That's also made out of love, no? And they do it because they want a bit of love from you. We artists don't work for raises. We work for praises. It's a simple thing we need. Please love us and we'll love you back with all our heart and all our art. So please. Songs would become longer. Our moments would be longer. Foreplay would be amazing. The sex would be amazing. And the climax would be mutual. Just that, start enjoying art again. Please.
Coming to the end of the podcast, we would want to know which song is your favorite. I know all your songs are favorite. All your songs are your child. But if you had to pick one single song, which one would it be? And if you could just play a tune for us.
If you talk about my favorite song. Honestly, no composer can say that this song is my favorite. Okay. But I really, sometimes I feel that the song gets more love. Maybe, I don't know which song is my favorite, honestly. Is it Oboseshe, which people keep on telling me that, sing Oboseshe?
But we have already sung that.
Yeah.
so
If is it Mukti Dao, which when I composed I cried. With Sonu Nigam, when he dubbed the song, he sent all the money back because he didn't want any money for the song, because he connected so badly that one of my childhood heroes, I've grown up listening to his music. The first connect that we have is like he cried after listening to the song. He's telling me that mujhe samjhao, ye kya likha tumne samjhao. He's there in the studio, he's telling everyone, switch off the lights, get me candles. Sir, candles in studios? Get me, I don't care. Give me some time. I didn't even tell him for a redub. He came and he redubbed and sent it to me again. I wasn't even aware. So what else does a composer want? Maybe that song, which made me so close to this man I love. I've been hearing his music. Or it's Shojuni. It was just out of fun, talking about love. I don't know. Or is it Kanna? Maybe the first song that got approved for my film. Or Tu Hi Bolbo Na Tu. I don't know. Or it's Boomerang title song, which people gave so much backlash about.
Or maybe Taka Lage.
Or maybe Taka Lage.
Because that is
personal.
one of my favorites.
That's your favorite?
Yeah.
I'll do Taka Lage. Then that's how we work. We love. We get love. Taka Lage is receiving love from you. I'll do that. Taka Lage for you. All right. ঘুম ভেঙে চলল ভোলা, ঘুম ভেঙে চলল ভোলা, নিয়ে রুজি রুটির ঝোলা, কাজু হতে চলল ছোলা, ফকিরিতে পেটে বড় ছ্যাঁকা লাগে, কলিযুগে বাঁচতে গেলে টাকা লাগে, কলিযুগে বাঁচতে গেলে টাকা লাগে, গাড়ি গড়াতে যেমন চাকা লাগে, গাড়ি গড়াতে যেমন চাকা লাগে, চাকা লাগে, কলিযুগে বাঁচতে গেলে টাকা লাগে, কলিযুগে বাঁচতে গেলে টাকা লাগে. And then again, summing up the artist podcast, maybe with the last bit of this song, which a very few people have understood. আমি খোদারে ডাইকা বলি, প্রাণের কত দাম রে খোদা, ও খোদা, খোদারে, আমি খোদারে ডাইকা বলি, প্রাণের কত দাম রে খোদা, খোদা বলে রাজা ফকির সবার এক আঞ্জাম রে ভোলা, কি করবি জেনে রে তুই দাম, বলি কি করবি জেনে রে তুই দাম, বলি লোকে ছিচি করে ফকির খালি পেটে মরে, বলি লোকে ছিচি করে ফকির খালি পেটে মরে, ও কেন আত্মা মরে দেহ জাগে, ও কেন আত্মা মরে দেহ জাগে, দেহ জাগে, কলিযুগে বাঁচতে গেলে টাকা লাগে, কলিযুগে বাঁচতে গেলে টাকা লাগে.
Thank you so much. This is the best end for any episode that I could have asked for.
Thank you. It's my
And
pleasure and honor.
And I want another episode with you so that we can speak more about your work and more about music. So hope to see you soon.
Oh, did I bore you? I hope I did not.
No, not at all. This is one of the best episodes that I've shot so far.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.